Okay, water, one of the 5 W's when you're out on the road. In this video, I'm going to explain how we've completely changed the way we manage our water. We have a Womo Go, and we've taken out the Jayco filter for the drinking water. Stay tuned and I'll show you what we've done. And the cool dudes at Womo have given me a discount code to share so you can save a bit of cash. So stay tuned if you want to upgrade your water system. So if you just joined us, I'm Greg and this is Sandy, and we're Kiwi Wanderers. We've been on the road for over 4 years and loving it. Our only regret is we should have done it sooner. Okay, so I've been using the Womo filter for all the water we put into the van, and it's great. You can see what you're getting and it's easy to use and maintain. But after I did a tech tip video on the Womo filter, I was contacted by some of our followers who know a little bit more about water than I do. And they explained how we might not be doing quite the right thing by filtering all the water that goes into our tanks. And it goes like this. New Zealand has very good water, and all the councils are bound by the Water Service Act 2021 or something, which involves testing and monitoring all drinking water for bad stuff. Now that means that the water you put into your water tanks is good and actually has additives to help it being stored in tanks. So if we filter this water as it enters the van, we lose some of the helpful preservatives and additives which help the water stay clean and for longer in a tank. Right, so what can we do? I know a few people who only drink bottled water when they're on the road, that's good. It extends your water range, if you like, and just using your tank water for showers and dishes. Yeah, so it's good. But there is another solution. It's the Womo Go. So this very well-made bit of kit is fitted after the water pump in the caravan, and it filters everything so you brush your teeth and shower with no chlorine smell and everything else with sparkling clean water that has just been filtered and passed through a UVC LED sterilizing unit. Not water that's been sitting in the van tank for a while. Now, I love this idea, and Womo sent me a Womo Go to fit to our van, and here is me unpacking it. Sorry if I'm a little bit excited, but it's sort of like Christmas when you get parcels on the road, yeah. Hey, Greg here, Kiwi Wanderers, and look what I've got. I've got a package from Australia. What it could be. Let's just see here. Don't tell Sandy I'm using one of her knives to open the package. Oh, I think I know what this is. Yes. Look at that. This, ooh. Oh, yes. A Womo filtration kit. Wow. Oh, we've got some other stuff in here too. We've got some instructions. That's good. That's good. Womo Go, it's called. Nicely built. Oh, stainless. Lovely. Okay, as per usual, the filter looks very well made and the instructions are great. I did have a couple of reservations though. I wondered if it would reduce my water pressure. We have a great shower in the van and I didn't want to muck that up in any way. And would it use lots of power? So it's rated at 8 litres per minute, which is what my water pump is, so it should be okay. But I thought I'd do a real life test with a jug in the sink. So this is me testing how long to fill this jug without the filter fitted, and then this is it after the filter's fitted. Almost no difference, so it's great. We still have a good shower. Next, the power. So I'll have a Victron shunt in my van, which is great at letting me know what we're using, and it looks like the Womo Go uses under 1 watt while it's sitting there under idling, which is great. And it only does its UV stuff when the pump is running, and I can't make out if it's using more or less because the pump seems to vary what it uses every time it runs. Anyway, very happy with the power use. I've wired it into the water pump feed so I can turn it off completely if I'm leaving the van for a while. Okay, so next, where to fit it. I was thinking about the front boot or maybe outside under the van, as it's a very sturdy looking bit of kit, but in the end decided that it would be probably the best under the front lounge where the water pump is. The only reservation I had in there is would it be, because it's in the same space as our diesel heater, that it might get a bit hot. Womo recommend that the optimum operating temperature for this unit is 25 degrees. They do have a max temperature of 45 degrees, but I wanted to make sure we were nowhere near that. So I fired up the heater, measured the temp inside this compartment, which is interesting as where we wanted to put the Womo never got more than 1 degree above what we had the heater set at. And we usually have the heater set 21, 22 degrees. Right, so that's sorted. Now, how to mount it. I used these cross braces and made up some alloy braces to support the weight, because this unit weighs about 2.3 kilos. And also, this is where I sit. So extra strength for the van in this area is probably a good idea, if you know what I mean. As I mentioned, I wired it into the 12-volt feed to the water pump, and the only thing Womo didn't supply was 2-amp fuse and a holder. Pretty straightforward, using this handy little wire joiner Womo supplied. So there we are, mounted and wired in. Now just need to do the piping. So I purchased a couple of John Guest 12mm joiners and a metre of 12mm pipe from the boat shop, actually. But please don't tell Sandy, because I'm not supposed to go into the boat shop by myself for obvious reasons. Anyway, I got that gear, not expensive. Now, you do have to be very careful when you cut these pipes for these fittings. You're supposed to use a special pipe cutter, which I have, but it's down the sound. So I had to use a Stanley knife like this, which is a very, very easy way of cutting yourself. So you need to be very, very careful. The cut needs to be very straight and not deform the pipe in any way. Here's the sort of thing that happens when you use side cutters, and there are lots of videos out on how to fit these John Guest fittings. The only mistake I made is I didn't have one fitted, pushed correctly in, and I turned on the water pump and water went everywhere. If that happens, it's better to disconnect it, shorten the pipe by 20 mils, and start again, as any little mark on the pipe is a potential leak. Right, there we go, all fitted and leak tested. It has a nice little light that flashes and tells you what's going on. It's great. If you have a fault, the lights come on as well. Very well explained in the Womo manual. They recommend you run the system for 5 to 10 minutes and discard any water. So we've done that. Great. There we are, sorted. Oh, another bonus is you don't have to have the Jayco filter changed every service. And the water flow out of the filtered tap is increased quite a bit. Not that it's probably going to get used, because it's filtered water everywhere. So there's a bit of a saving, not having to buy a $120 filter every service. But of course, there's still the filters you have to buy for the Womo. But they're pretty economically priced, which is great. So there we are. If you want to get into this Womo deal, they offer a discount. If you use this link, you either scan the QR code there or click on the link in the description. So there you go. It's our water system all sorted. I plan to do another video on the water system 6 months down the track, see how everything's going. But my experience with the Womo gear is it's been fit and forget. Great stuff. Okay, so please think about subscribing if you got something out of this video, and make sure you leave me comments or updates you've done to your water system. Yeah, leave those comments below. Catch you out there.